spear with the Kaisa jungler. I mean, I did see in the national qualifiers, ganda talaga yung set. And yung Heimerdinger bot, grabe yan So it's going to be very potent. So my for game 1 for me would be Emperor Esports.
Okay, Shinbu?
Yes, and I'm still processing yung buong draft.
Oo nga eh.
Lahat tayo. Nung Emperor Esports. Pero parang winingit din ang Emperor Esports. So mag-wingit din ako Emperor Esports. I'd go for Emperor Esports on this one.
So far, unanimous ang ating panel right now for Emperor Esports. So, tingnan natin. Of course, there's not really any certainty kung saan tutungo to. So, I guess we'll just have to allow Riku and Azurai to break things down as we head on to the rift in just a bit. Take it away, guys.
And that we shall. Hey guys, my name is Azurai, and of course here with me now is Riku. And, well, what do you think? Emperor Esports or TNC?
Dude, I know the desk said that they're all for Emperor. I'm up for TNC just because of Burst's early game potential, where it could just snowball out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, analysis aside, I would go Emperor Esports because Poppy.
Because Poppy.
Poppy is love, Poppy is life.
So Chisto is like, Heimerdinger's there and your Poppy's there. Meanwhile, I go player because Burst is just insane whenever he does his early rotations. And then pag nagtuloy-tuloy na yung mga lanes, it's just so hard to shut down.
Well, I guess analysis in my mindset, I'm really checking it out. I feel like Emperor Esports, again, we were talking about this before before we got into front of the camera. There was that bait wherein they got that Fiddlesticks first pick, right? But they were kind of thinking, we were kind of thinking, okay, this is gonna go for the support, but then they go for the Rakan, and then he actually goes for the mid. And if you kind of think about it, Fiddlesticks is not a bad matchup against the Talon because you got yourself, a good amount of damage plus silence and sustain.
Exactly, and as you can see, there's an early invade. JLC leading the front line is trying to get some damage, and exhaust being dropped onto JLC as they decide, let's go back. This is too dangerous.
Run away, run away. Hayes is gonna try to escape from this one, but look at that hot pursuit, smashes it down, and Icarus with the fadeaway on that passive of his. The Iron Buckler will stand true, and that's gonna be first blood for Emperor.
So many exhausts being exhausted there sa side ng Emperor Esports, and it worked out in their favor because ang ganda ng may mga shields naman kasi yung side ng Emperor Esports. Therefore, in terms of trading, at least you have to pass through those shields before anything else, and that's the reason why then kung bakit natalo sila dun sa trade na yon. Plus a couple of ranged champions on the side of Emperor, therefore they can just reposition themselves and get the damage in without actually compromising getting into melee range.
Yeah. So here you go. This is gonna be that funnel strat that we or rather the analysts were kind of talking about. We did see this a lot on their previous games, and it was put all onto Spear because he is that type of jungler. He is the carry jungler right now for EMP, and it works wonders for them. Now I'm kind of curious as well on this top lane matchup. We have the Aatrox, who has that triple knockup
the
skill.
QQQ.
Yeah, the Darkened Blade. Exactly, which also allows him to kind of go for a ton of dashes for himself, which kind of gets a little bit countered by what Jim was telling, the W of the Poppy, the Steadfast Presence. And I'm just really curious to see what kind of effect will this 1v1 in a top lane kind of ensue for this game.
Exactly. As you can see, red being taken out. Ikara super low. Here
comes... let's go! Burst comes in.
Exactly. Burst doing burst things. Usually you see when either of the lanes are just still level 2, he'll come in, get that red, rotate at top. And we usually see yung ganitong rotation ni Burst. And it works out so well. One thing na medyo favored, medyo gusto ko rin sa Emperor Esports, going to the other side of the spectrum naman, Spear is also a very effective jungler as well. Seeing that, okay, you're at top, I will trade, I will get your red at least. Alam ko yung pathing mo, alam ko kung saan ka. So, at least safe. Kasama naman niya si Canon, yun din.
Yeah, and it shows. Look at how much CS already Spear is compared to Burst. Around 29 to 17, so that's around 10 plus. And that's just gonna, again, go for this strat with the funneling here. And if you think about it, the picks that Emperor have, the Poppy, the Fiddlesticks, even the Heimer to a certain extent, don't really need a immense amount of items to actually come online. Heimerdinger has a good amount of utility and damage output if he actually gets that one starting core item for him. Same with the Poppy as well as the Fiddle.
I do agree with you there. Just imagine the all-in ng TNC. Yung composition niya, sobrang all-in. And then you just put in all those turrets, you put in all those AoE damage, you got calculated on that Fiddlesticks, you got the Heimerdinger dun kay Mirmo. And then just as the desk said, as long as you have that front line and keep that Kai'Sa safe, your mid-game, once they start to group up and get these objectives, medyo maganda yung tawag dito, positioning nila and maganda yung state of their team fight later on. Just as so that they have to make sure lang talaga protected tong Kai'Sa. So you can see Canon just freezing the lane just to make sure that Spear will get that later on into this, you know, funnel composition.
Yeah. And it's kind of like a first for me, seeing Calculated, who I admired way back as a really strong mid laner, and because of how this meta has progressed, he's been more passive. You know, you saw him just rotating to the bottom, helping out his bro Mirmo, and then just leaving all of this jungle, all of this XP in the mid lane as well to the Kai'Sa. And,
exactly. And gaya na sinabi na sa desk, like the two players from AEX before, which is Calculated and Canon, these guys were not really afraid to break the meta. Kumbaga, they would just play whatever they thought that worked in their team comp. And now that they matched with Emperor Esports alongside, you know, Icaros and the rest of the members na parang they all came from different squads, it's like they have something to prove na, okay, even though we came from different places, we probably didn't play before, and this is probably our first time. Icaros super low though, half HP already, but Burst is there again.
Man, this dynamic right now, I feel like if we saw a Aatrox and Poppy in mid, Aatrox might actually have a more difficult time because, again, solo top is basically an island, and Burst is camping that with JLC, making it very difficult for anybody to kind of give love to Icaros because, again, they're kind of giving a lot of farm to this Spear, and Icaros is by his lonesome, gonna have to try to defend by himself. There's gonna be the Blood Will activated here for this Aatrox. But will he get the aggro from this tower? Looks like to be a no. And Icaros is standing freakishly tall with this one. There he goes and slain. JLC gets the kill, but that's going to be a 1-for-1. But looky here, guys, as Spear is rotating to the top side. Burst, run, burst. Who will get the initiate or who will get the execution? It's going to be the turret. Nobody claims that kill, but still a 2-for-1 in a certain light.
After that first attempt, na-pressure si JLC and si Burst na we have to make this work, or else kung nagtagal pa tayo dito, sayang lang yung pinunta natin, plus baka magka-double kill pa tong Kai'Sa, which you do not want to happen in a funnel composition. So that's why, okay, let's just take this kill. It's fine to sacrifice one, but Haze might be in trouble here.
He could actually be. And he's gonna dash over the wall. Yeah, there he goes. He's fine, he's fine. Anyways, speaking of all of this, you know, funnel strats, pag-usapan natin dito. Ano yung parang pwede maging, you know, counter to this type of play style that Emperor is now kind of, you know, implementing in our game number 1? What I heard was, you know, you have to counter the jungling. Wag mong bigyan ng easy camps itong si Spear. But ikaw?
That is true, in a way. And also there's another alternative, or you could just combine the two. Try to strengthen your lanes as fast as possible for the Kai'Sa even spikes. Sparks, I guess it's another term. That's the reason why you take a look at your key players. One of your key players is JLC. Take a look at his champion, Aatrox. That could one of the champions that could try and punish Kai'Sa and dive in, as well as he has his second life. He has that blood well. He has that ult as well. So that's the reason why you see Burst lagi niyang binibisita yung top lane just so that siya yung parang key player mo, star player mo dito sa composition na to. Just in case na they group up, they find a fight, they have that Aatrox that's super strong and ready for the fight.
Yeah, true enough. I feel like, you know, maybe maybe the Talon could be a really good, also another champion you could give the stats worth. But I think, like, if you want to have someone who stays in the middle of the fight and can hit multiple targets at the same time, Aatrox is your man, and JLC is also that person who can do the things that he needs to. Umbral dash over the wall, as that was a 3-man rotation from EMP. Spear did use his ultimate there, so at least that'll be on cooldown for a couple of moments, but we'll see that come back online as it is on a relatively low cooldown.
Yeah, that is true. At least mawawala yung pressure masyado dito kay Icarus kasi yun yung gusto mo din i-relieve yung pressure from the top side kasi pansin nila, Burst keeps constantly visiting that side. But just as you said, one story din dito si Hayes as well during the mid phase of the game, most likely once he gets his items, I'm sure that he's one of the key players that could try to shut down this Kaisa.
Burst coming in with the flank right here. There is the TP from the Poppy, but Calculated is actually pinned right down. And now Icarus, though, with the smash onto the wall. Here on the one guy, it's going to be Demon, but he does have that Sanguine Pool to get out of the fight. As Orthros is still here with the Shen, looking for a lineup on his taunt, and he is looking for it, but no. Steadfast presses by Icarus just to deny him that initiation, but the damage onto Orthros. And could this be a kill? Ooh, dashes over, dashes away, and that's not going to be anything for TNC. Top side though, it's gonna be JLC 1 versus 2, but look at the damage, and Orthros coming in from bottom to top, and now Spear is in a world of hurt. The Kaisa goes down, and Cannon, oh, you just gotta have to run away. JLC did a spectacular job surviving in that 2v1.
This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. Your star player is JLC, and it's super, ang ganda na sana ng play ng Emperor Esports because sakto yung rotation ng Emperor Esports. Nandun si Kaisa, nandun si Rakan sa top side. Pwede ka mag-TP. Aatrox a tower wouldn't be sacrificed kasi nandun naman kami. Kami na bahala mag-clear ng wave. Problem is, meron pa palang ult. May stand united yung si Orthros sa baba. So he joins in. At least nakapag-stall. Look at the trust ng TNC. Nakapag-stall si JLC. 1v2 situation. Kaisa was actually chipped to a very, very low HP pool already, and that's the reason why it worked out in TNC's favor despite Emperor Esports taking into account the positions and as well as the rotations ng members ng TNC.
He's just too difficult to kill. If you don't have the burst, don't go for JLC. I was about to say something weird there, but no, nothing came into mind. Anyways,
right,
it's true. Like, if you don't have that burst, if you don't have that damage output to immediately pop JLC, don't go for it. Because like you said already, there's Orthros with that stand united, giving that extra shield, keeping that extra survivability for JLC. And, this reworked Aatrox thrives on being able to survive, and, prolonged team fights is where his forte is at.
Exactly. He has a second life, plus, again, the composition ng Emperor Esports. I feel like TNC just really wants to speed up the laning process here so that they can move more around the map. But at the same time, paminsan ayaw nila din gawin yun kasi they want JLC muna to keep farming para pag ready na yung item spikes niya, it's super difficult to counter him.
Speaking of super difficult, you can see Icarus, once again, he's just gonna use his flash to get away from that fight. But now, this is where Emperor Esports can actually shift up their mindset or their strategy from looking to actually go for picks, because they already have that Kaisa who has some pretty insane attack speed. I'm not sure if it's already in terms of attack damage because of her items, but she can actually maybe break down towers with the help from this squad who has an okay amount of wave clear if they can actually catch off TNC not being in a certain lane. But we'll just have to see if that is going to be the case. JLC is very close to taking down this top tier 1, and he's actually going at it. And look at this, Icarus is obliging him. JLC down to 1/4 HP.
But chip damage already on the tower. So, medyo okay pa naman yung lane niya so far. Look at the wards as well on the riverside. Protected squad, or protected talaga tong, what did I even say squad? Protected yung lane ni JLC, making sure that no one's gonna bother him there. Even though that let's say may attempt sila Spear and Cannon para i-relieve ang pressure ulit, I think it's gonna be quite difficult as look at that top priority dun sa side na yon.
Yeah. Although we've been talking so much about this top side.
That is true.
Let's kind of like focus our attentions on the bottom lane, because Mirmo has been farming consistently. Look at 103 CS, two Demons 103 as well. And I'm not really sure how this is gonna pan out, but once that team fight breaks out, JLC dives in, right? Mirmo's is gonna pop out the Heimerdinger utility, the Heimerdinger damage assets, and I'm curious to see how that actually interacts once they go for that team fight. But for now, I feel like both of these teams are just looking to kind of get into that mid-game phase. One, for TNC, they're just looking for a better team fight, and for EMP, more damage on this Kaisa, as well as probably the Heimerdinger.
Exactly. As you can see, TNC already at this Ocean Drake. No contest whatsoever. and as well as a ton of vision control. This is one of the strengths din ng TNC. Ang
Yeah.
galing nila maglagay kung saan yung important information na pwedeng derive that will relate to effective pathing dito with Burst. As I said, aside from JLC, Burst is one of my favorite players in TNC side. Kasi si Demon, I am also a fan pag traditional, kumbaga naka-ADC siya sa bot lane. But now he's being seen in that Vladimir. So at this point, though, Hayes with the Talon, he's doing alright. Kumbaga, wala masyadong pressure kasi, of course, lane interaction. Not that, call this maximized dito because of the composition nga ng Emperor Esports. But I'm pretty sure he's just gonna be chill. He's just gonna be trying to scout and roam and utilize that later once he feels confident enough that he can deal bursty damage. Kasi, again, it's so hard against Emperor's team composition because if you want to try and roam towards bot lane, you have that immense magic damage from Mirmo. Calculated has the fear and as well as, the fear. So it's really, really difficult. And the silence.
Yeah, you really can't find an opening with this one. But speaking of openings, look at this. They immediately initiate upon Orthros. Not sure if they're looking for a kill, rather maybe just the control on this bottom tier 2. Orthros will be forced to recall back into base, but Icarus might actually have some difficulty in the top side because now Orthros has the possibility to go there. And Cannon does hold his hand for a little bit here, but JLC, well, you know what? He's just going to do JLC things with that Aatrox, who was able to get out from the pick and ban phase, and he is dominating into the top lane. Look at that CS, 138 to the 95. He is looking pretty dang, let's say, healthy in the top.
Yeah, so comfortable as well. Because of that pressure dun sa top side of the map, Emperor Esports is very torn. Should we deal with JLC now and probably give up lower map control, which is the dragon, which happened already. Kaya nga sobrang na sneakily they had to give it up yung first dragon of the game because of the strength na and pressure from top, and as well as okay, we're probably not yet prepared as our composition may not be able to counter what TNC has at the moment. So they really have to be patient and wait for the right team fight for themselves.
Does it seem weird if like JLC's particular champion says you are not prepared in a certain voice, and it kind of seems, you know, just right? Like he says, you are not prepared. I'm pretty sure a lot of people understand that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people get the reference.
Yeah, but anyways, I mean, who is prepared to actually 1v1 JLC right now? Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody, not even, you know, the Kaisa.
I mean, the thing with this composition na Dirnaf ng Emperor Esports, they have to be together to be effective so that they'll be able to properly support this Kaisa with that consistent damage, with that really, really painful damage. But at the same time, sobrang hirap kasi look at the deep wards, look at the deep vision na nalagay na ng TNC dito. With that information in mind, they know where the Kaisa is, they know where to add pressure. Okay, you're at top, will probably go bot this time around, and if you're, it could go vice versa. And look at this. This is one of the examples. Everything can be taken as early as now because, you know, there's no pressure. They can just do whatever they want.
Yeah. This kind of play style for Emperor, or at least the mindset to the play style of Emperor for the later stages, kind of reminds me of the meta wherein we had the all protect Kog'Maw comp. You know, where you have that mid lane Orianna or
Juggernaut.
Yeah, there you go, Juggernaut. So in a certain extent, it kind of has that same type of feel that you kind of give everything to Spear here. Although you don't have the insane amount of buffs from, let's say, again, the Orianna, Lulu.
Orianna, Lulu, Jarvan.
Yeah, exactly. But
classic.
Yeah, you get the playstyle here. So with that in mind, if TNC, once Emperor Esports comes online, actually finds Spear, it seems like they're going to lack in terms of the damage department, even though they have Mermo, who, you know, on that Heimerdinger. You got to remember the Heimerdinger is still a spellcaster.
Yeah.
He has lags between his damage output. So if they find Spear, then it's going to be really good here for TNC. But if they can't, then Emperor Esports has a pretty dang, I feel like, high chance of being able to, you know, close out this game, especially that TNC hasn't really found that counter to Spear. Maybe just that one time, but, you know, he's been doing so well after that. 260 SFO!
There we go, as the Crow Storm enters the fray. Orthros very, very low. I was actually very surprised there, Asarai, but it wasn't very effective as in terms of killing your target, but at least they got to get chip damage, forced the Orthros to actually go back home. But then again, Stand United is also in the equation, so he can immediately try to get back into the fight just in case they start anything funny.
No siege minion there for Emperor. I think if they had, they might have been able to either put that mid-tier 1 to very low HP or actually even take it out. But anyways, that was super, super sneaky. Spear looked like he was retreating back to base, and it immediately just comes out of nowhere and pops it. Good reaction time here for TNC, and because before that they were able to get burst to get that Rift Herald for themselves, at least they will trade that mid-tier 1 for the RH, and Dragon should be up in about 20 seconds. Not sure which one is going to be the next one. Can't really see the signature there, but TNC is going to be on the defense here as they don't really want to be pushed out before that Dragon comes into the Rift once again.
Yes, definitely. Look at the rotations dito from TNC. After mid, hey, let's go to bot as well because Heimerdinger just recalled. And feeling ko pag nagstay naman siya, baka i-dive naman din siya. Super duper squishy. Kahit may Zonias ka, they will probably wait patiently. But 20-minute mark, this is one of the crucial stages ng isang game. This is where most of the teams would probably put more priority sa Baron, especially that's an air Drake for themselves. So right now, it's going to be very tricky. This is where Emperor Esports want to force fights that probably make picks first before they go all in. And that's the reason why they do have that fiddlesticks on their side for that potential.
You have to take note, no mid-tier 1, no bottom-tier 1. So if Emperor Esports go for a fight, they have to go all the way back to the scene here. But Hayes, what are you doing? He actually almost gets the kill onto Demon right there. And this is a hullabaloo of a fight right here as Mirmo is now caught off guard, flashes over the wall and tries to escape. Orthros is hot on his heels, looking for the dash, and he goes! Gets the double dash, and this could be a kill once again for Emperor Esports, but you can see that he actually gets the kill by Demon, and Cannon was used by that ultimate of Burst, and he just pins him down. 4 kills here for TNC, and not even losing a single member. Oh, hold that thought. Looking to be an ace as JLC is just chasing down onto Icarus. The damage isn't too exquisite here, too real, but the chase will be. And JLC, are you ballsy enough? Do you have the metal to actually go underneath the turret and get that last kill? Looks like a no, but still that is a 4K for TNC.
That is a problem. If 5 of you already on top of Hayes and you still do not finish the kill, then we have a problem. Because that's one of the things, one of the strengths. Okay.
Attacks all day long. And, you know, Spear, he had the mindset to stop that, that red pop and orb to allow JLC to escape, but still. Whew.
Super greedy there by JLC as well, overstaying his welcome. I mean, okay, there's wards. You probably can anticipate whether may paparating na or what, but I feel like he wanted to test out, duel it out perhaps, then I guess it was a little bit too greedy. But anyway, moving on, again, Dragon control. Actually, na-steal ng Emperor kanina yung Dragon. Everybody was pretty much very busy on that red jungle side ng TNC, and it was very, very chaotic. I guess a lot of them would really, really want to finish off the kill din kay Hayes. It wasn't possible. But then again, it's quite okay. Nakita naman natin na TNC really has enough damage to just try and overpower itong composition ng Emperor Esports. But I feel like there's so much dive. Let's just say we reached late game. Let's just say everybody has item locks already. It's so difficult kasi what if mauna mag-engage yung TNC Esports and then they just burst down the Kaisa, and then what's gonna happen? So this is assuming that that's gonna happen.
Party music all day long, but Burst able to skadoodle away from that initiation from a 4-man. Possible collapse from EMP, but ooh, sneaky beaky like here comes Calculated, uses the Crow Storm. Oh my goodness, the damage onto Burst, the follow-up onto our Orthros, and he goes down. Hayes, on the other hand, a little bit too late to the party. And we were talking about the dives, but you forgot the dive of Emperor with Calculated using that Fog of 4 to his advantage, and it seems like Demon wants to go for the counter right here. Is he going to charge right in with the help from Hayes? Who's going to get the last hit? It's going to be Kaisa. No way, Jose there for TNC. They back away as Demon is now trying to, again, just, you know, evacuate the team fight. No, he's not going to be able to. The dash from the Kaisa is just a bit too much, and Emperor Esports showing their strength with this strategy that they have made their own.
In my defense, I wasn't done. Okay, so Emperor Esports, I was about to say, one of the weaknesses din ng Emperor Esports composition with this fiddlesticks is that if maganda yung vision control ng TNC, you will anticipate the hidden crow storms that would come out of nowhere and get a pick, and it's going to be a 4v5, and then it's just going to be a trickle sort of thing where everybody just dies one by one just because you do not have the numbers advantage. You are not in the best position as a 5-man to actually dive all in because everybody's pretty much separated. So dito yung ginawa ng Emperor Esports, pretty smart, very, very smart play. They get rewarded with that Baron and as well as sieging this mid inner turret.
You know, you got yourself the all-around RPG comp for Emperor Esports. You got your damage, you got your tanks, you got your support, you got your mages, and it seems like it's actually, you know, coming into fruition ever so greatly. Burst activates the ultimate right there, and they are forcing their way into the middle of the fight. But look at this, the front line from that Poppy. No way! He just bounces everybody off from the face of the earth. They get the kill onto JLC. Orthodox is also away from the fight, and this mid-tier 3 is open right for the taking. Nobody from EMP is low, and they are looking to finish this game off 25 minutes in. That inhibitor is easy pickings. And Emperor Esports, you gotta just put into your heads, what the hell are we supposed to do with this funnel comp? How are we
Kill
supposed to
the
do
Kaisa, that's what you want to do, but good disengage there just to try and buy some time, get more chip damage on that Nexus turret. But at this point, I wonder if Emperor's gonna back down.
He forces the team fight. There you go. Demon activates the ultimate right here. But can he stack enough damage? It's still not going to be enough. The shields be real. And one Nexus turret left. And we are looking for a strong game number 1 here for Emperor. But hold that thought. TNC is still doing the best that he can. JLC gets the kill onto the Heimerdinger. They're pushing them back. The Nexus is still alive here. And Calculated is the last man standing, trying to run away. Can Demon go for the chase here and actually get another ace, or a first ace for TNC? Looks like that's going to be a no. TNC on the brink of defeat for this first game.
I mean, that all-in was okay, a good idea because they had no choice. But then again, take note that they had the Baron buff for themselves. Plus, they dove in without... nakita ko nga yung pag-cancel nila ng Crow Storm. Nag-channel na yung Fiddlesticks. It was actually denied.
Yeah.
But the problem is, free hit city si Kaisa. No threat whatsoever. If there is no pressure, therefore free hit, therefore they reach their team fight win conditions and clean you up and then just destroy structures. It's that simple of an equation for Emperor Esports to work. Plus, tingnan mo, 3 items completed si Kaisa. So it's just so hard. Guardian Angel already. So even though that's the window that you just lost. My Guardian Angel, you kill the Kaisa, meron pang second life, may second chance pa, and that would mean more room for Emperor Esports to do the protection and try to buy some time and get into a safety position tong si Spear. And they're doing a good job dito. Despite na you can see that the gold is, the team, rather the game is so in favor now of Emperor Esports because of map control. They just got that Earth Drake. The gold is still even, and one of the best signs of a good squad is trying to equalize the gold despite map pressure being not on your side.
Ooh, hold that thought. Are they gonna go for it? Nah. It looked like they wanted to. They could have actually had a really quick catch-off on that particular angle right there, but it seems like they're just gonna go in and, you know, strong-arm their way. I mean, there's no inhibitor just yet. It hasn't responded. And now that Nexus is very squishy. JLC will have to do the best that he can to actually take down Spear. But look at the damage. He has to go back. They pop Spear here. And this could be TNC coming back into the fight. JLC is smashing him down. There is the root, and he actually still goes down. Mirmo, like I said, he lines up the crowd control. He lines up the damage. And this could actually still be EMP's win. But hold that thought. Demon is right here. He is doing the best that he can with the AoEs. 3 versus 2. Who will get it? Demon gets the 1. Arthur is trying to run away, but the rocket sniping from the backside, and Demon is pushing them back to B1. He has a lot of AoE damage, a lot of sustainability, and EMP just have to respect that and back away.
Only the Nexus turret stands there. No Nexus turrets anymore. Nexus, right. Anyway, At this point, though, Emperor obviously is very confident, and you can see that they took so much time just getting that Kaisa in. There's so much damage sources already on Emperor Esports side. Despite it being slow, it's still damage. They're taking a while to get this Kaisa on, but that was the perfect, what do you call this, position just to try and eliminate that Kaisa dun sa side ng Emperor Esports. Kasi nakita natin na medyo spread out yung positioning ng members ng Emperor Esports, and that's the reason why na-isolate nila yung problem nila kung bakit they cannot get back into this game in terms of map pressure. Lanes are shoved in favor of Emperor Esports except for top, but that's totally fine at this point. Now I feel like the pressure or the next fight might be either someone getting caught out in the jungle.
Oh, speaking of getting caught out, here we go, initiations activation. Spear activates his stopwatch right there, initiates and takes down Burst in the blink of an eye. 40 seconds onto this jungler. And EMP, you know, they said we can't beat them if we push only on the mid. So let's go onto the side lanes. Let's take more inhibitors so that super minions will be rushing on through to these particular lanes. Anyways, JLC activates the ultimate right there. He's going for the 3v1, but he has to respect that this is a 4 versus 5 situation. There he goes. Icarus goes in with the smash down, and he is just zoning every single member of TNC out. Very low in HP, but the top tier 3 is still alive. Woo! Woo. The bleeding is real, but the damage is gonna be realer as Spear takes down this top tier 3 with the help from his team. No inhibitor just yet, but that is gonna be openings left and right for EMP. Plus 10 seconds before that Baron actually spawns into the field once again.
Exactly, and they're very, very careful kasi nakita natin na nangyari na yung kinakatakutan ng Emperor Esports na mamatay yung Kaisa, and that's the reason why they're respecting that. They could have gotten so much more, but it's best to play safe. Now Baron has spawned. Can they cancel a teleport? That's 3 people. And there's Vision there. What's gonna happen, Aserai? I have no idea.
Haze! Oh my god, Haze! 3v1! He's gonna get caught, but he activates the ultimate! Orthos with the Stand United! Spear gets him down! There's a TP, but the damage is real! Spear is still alive in this one! JLC's being kited away! He has to back off right now, reset himself, but triple kill for Spear! He goes for the Quadra, and he gets the pentakill! Game number 1! Emperor Esports, what the hell? The death brush is real! Oh my god! Pentakill on the first game! How do you do? Emperor Esports is gonna see you. Woo! That was insane!
Emperor Esports just ended the game in the most fashionable way ever. Pentakill on that Kaisa, on that funnel composition. It worked out so well. They played patiently, and that's what happened. They ran out of time. TNC Esports just basically ran out of time.
I mean, it's not over.
It's not over.
It's not over yet. We're still in game number 1, but what a performance from Emperor Esports. Like you said, they had the vision. Oh wait, we're back in camera. They had the 3-man death rush. Nobody was expecting this one. Haze was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a stroll through the woods and enjoy that. But you gotta remember, Little Red Riding Hood did that, and the big bad wolf ate her.
Exactly.
So it's basically Emperor Esports, you know, Penguin 8, TNC.
Very nice little storybook there, Aserai. But yes, that's basically the story of what happened there. I mean, it's so difficult ma-counter kasi yung nangyari na. Kasi na-reach na yung mga proper itemizations ni Kaisa. Basically, they can group as 5 as long as they keep that Kaisa protected. Sobrang confident nila, and as you can see, they lack the damage. Even though they were already diving, it's just so difficult because there's so much peelers from the side of Emperor Esports, and they played it out pretty well. And hindi sila masyado nagbigay, hindi sila nawala ng concentration despite that early kills ng TNC Esports.
Yeah,
TNC Pro Team rather.
All right, so we'll just have to, you know, give it to our analyst desk to kind of, you know, just give what insights they have on that game. That was pretty freaking insane. So Arctic and the gang, you know what to do.
Thank you very much, Aserai and Rico. Grabe, hashtag pentakill. First pentakill for today. Of course, we're going to be breaking down what happened dun sa Game 1 for Match 2. Ako si Arctic. And of course, joining me on panel right now is Shinbu, Vulcan, and Chisto. So, gentlemen, what can you say about that game? Holy cow.
I mean, let me go first. Masaya ako, masaya. As I think
maraming pwedeng masabi sila, Gisto tsaka Vulcan dito. Pero
Yes.
clearly that is the most intense game. Siyempre dito sa ating PPGL. On Fiddlesticks.
Oh,
that we thought
actually.
should go to the mid lane. Actually, it was a Rakan, guys, for the mid lane. Then we have actually that last moment then when with Emperor Esports tried to really go for the push and
Yes.
finishing the game. Clearly, TNC, ano na to, defense game na rin para sa kanila. Pero makikita nyo doon, just for a general sense, I describe ko lang, hindi yun sure win eh. Para sa Emperor Esports. You have to give it to the final moment, dun sa final moment na nag-pace check talaga si Hayes. And those moments, ang hirap, hindi yun nakukuha sa lamang eh. Decision making at literal, mala impaktong salitang diskarte. Yun nangyari doon. Yung Tagus Tribe Rush, pina-face check nag-set up ng Death Brush para kay para kay Hayes. And that one moment, yung pinaka nabibilib talaga ako. Yung it started, yung lamang ng Emperor nagsimula dun sa Baron din. Actually, bago mag-Baron, the Fiddlesticks Crow Storm.
Yeah, yung nag-re-engage sila,
Yes.
diba? Nag-miss yung engage na Rakan.
Ang bilis. Ang bilis nun kasi nag-engage sila and usually during
Hindi ito yun. First blood to eh.
Pero